Good morning, everyone. It's Jammy Day today, and Teddy and I are here to read a story to you. I thought since it was Jammy Day, I'd read one that I enjoyed reading to my kids when they were little. It's an old story. And I think we talked about it when I came back from my trip to Maine. And I told you that I had been in a corn maze where they recreated this story. Anyway, the name of this story is Blueberries for Sal. It's written and illustrated by Robert McCloskey. He's written a lot of books that we have read over the year. Blueberries for Sal. One day, little Sal went with her mother to Blueberry Hill to pick blueberries. Little Sal brought along her small tin pail, and her mother brought a large tin pail to put berries in. "We will take our blueberries home and can them," said her mother. "Then we will have food for the winter." There's little Sal, and there's her mother. When this story was written, you couldn't get fresh fruit in the winter as easily as we can now. We just go to the store and fresh fruit is there from all parts of the world. But then it was harder to get fresh fruit. So people would often pick fruit in the summer and they would can it and put it away. And then when you opened it, it tasted like fresh fruit in the middle of winter. Little Sal picked 3 berries and dropped them in her little tin pail. Kaplink, kaplink, kaplunk. She picked 3 more berries and ate them. Then she picked more berries and dropped one in the pail. Kaplunk, and the rest she ate. Then little Sal ate all 4 blueberries out of her pail. She's not doing much collecting, is she? She's doing a lot of eating. Her mother walked slowly through the bushes, picking blueberries as she went and putting them in her pail. Little Sal struggled along behind, picking blueberries and eating every single one. Little Sal hurried ahead and dropped a blueberry in her mother's pail. It didn't sound kaplink because the bottom of the pail was already covered with berries. She reached down inside to get her berry back. Though she really didn't mean to, she pulled out a large handful because there were so many blueberries right up close to the one she had put in. Now she's not only taking them out of her pail, but she's taking them out of her mother's also, isn't she? Her mother stopped picking and said, "Now, Sal, you run along and pick your own berries. Mother wants to take her berries home and can them for next winter." Her mother went back to her picking, but little Sal, because her feet were tired of standing and walking, sat down in the middle of a large clump of bushes and ate blueberries. There she is. On the other side of Blueberry Hill, Little Bear came with his mother to eat blueberries. "Little Bear," she said, "eat lots of berries and grow big and fat. We must store up food for the long, cold winter." So both families are doing the same thing, aren't they? They're gathering food for the winter. Little Bear followed behind his mother as she walked slowly through the bushes eating berries. Little Bear stopped now and then to eat berries. Then he had to hustle along to catch up. There he is running along. Because his feet were tired of hustling, he picked out a large clump of bushes and sat down right in the middle and ate blueberries. Who else did that? Sat down right in the middle and ate blueberries. That's right, little Sal. Over on the other side of the hill, little Sal ate all the berries she could reach from where she was sitting. Then she started out to find her mother. Don't worry. If you haven't read the book, it turns out okay. She heard a noise from around a rock and thought, that is my mother walking along. But it was a mother crow and her children, and they stopped eating berries and flew away, saying, caw, caw. Then she heard another noise in the bushes and thought, that is surely my mother, and I will go that way. But it was Little Bear's mother instead. She was tramping along, eating berries and thinking about storing up food for the winter. Little Sal tramped right along beside. By the time Little Bear had eaten all the berries he could reach without moving from his clump of bushes, he hustled off to catch up with his mother. He hunted and hunted, but his mother was nowhere to be seen. He heard a noise from over a stump and thought, that is my mother walking along. But it was a mother partridge and her children. They stopped eating berries and hurried away. Then he heard a noise in the bushes and thought, that is surely my mother. I will hustle that way. But it was little Sal's mother instead. She was walking along, picking berries and thinking about canning them for next winter. Little Bear hustled along, right along behind. So now little Sal is hustling along right behind Little Bear's mother, and Little Bear is hustling along right behind little Sal's mother. They've gotten a little mixed up, haven't they? Little Bear and little Sal's mother, and little Sal and Little Bear's mother were all mixed up with each other among the blueberries on Blueberry Hill. It's funny. Little Bear's mother heard Sal walking along behind and thought it was Little Bear. And she said, Little Bear, munch, munch, eat all you can possibly hold. Little Sal said nothing. She picked 3 berries and dropped them, ka-plink, ka-plunk, ka-plunk, in her small tin pail. Little Bear's mother turned around to see what on earth could make a noise like ka-plunk. Grumph, she cried, choking on a mouthful of berries. This is not my child. Where is Little Bear? She took one good look and backed away. She was old enough to be shy of people, even a very small person like little Sal. Then she turned around and walked off very fast to hunt for Little Bear. Little Sal's mother heard Little Bear trampling along behind and thought it was little Sal. She kept right on picking and thinking about canning blueberries for next winter. Little Bear padded up and peeked into her pail. Of course, he only wanted to taste a few of what was inside, but there were so many, and they were so close together that he tasted a tremendous mouthful by mistake. Now, Sal, said little Sal's mother without turning around, you run along and pick your own berries. Mother wants to can these for next winter. Little Bear tasted another tremendous mouthful and almost spilled the entire pail of blueberries. Uh-oh. What do you think is going to happen? Is she going to turn around and find out who that is? Little Sal's mother turned around and gasped, My goodness, you are not little Sal. Where, oh, where is my child? Little Bear just sat munching and swallowing and licking his lips. Little Sal's mother slowly backed away. She was old enough to be shy of bears, even very small bears like Little Bear. Then she turned and walked away quickly to look for little Sal. She hadn't gone very far before she heard a kaplink, kaplunk, kaplink. She knew what made that kind of a noise. Who was that she heard? Little Bear's mother had not hunted very long before she heard a hustling sound that stopped now and then to munch and swallow. She knew just what made that kind of noise. All getting back to their rightful place, aren't they? Little Bear and his mother went home down one side of Blueberry Hill, eating blueberries all the way and full of food stored up for next winter. And little Sal and her mother went down the other side of Blueberry Hill, picking berries all the way, and drove home with food to can for next winter. A whole pail of blueberries and 3 more besides. That's such a fun story, isn't it? I love that they came back and found each other. In real life, that probably wouldn't happen, but it was fun to pretend, wasn't it? I think even my bear enjoyed the story. Maybe he was thinking about tasting blueberries. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the story. I'll see you next time. Happy Pajama Day.